if we just go into the drivers, as we've mentioned before, the most championships, it's a record held, unfortunately,
it before, but
joined by Schumacher and Lewis Hamilton. Other key people.
Yeah, Schumacher's.
We've got Fangio had 5.
Prost 4.
Prost 4, Vettel 4.
Senna
has 3.
Jackie Stewart has 3.
Niki Lauda, I think, has 3 as well.
Has 3, yeah.
And then there's quite a few of 1.
Just bring it up.
I think there's been like, no, we'll just do off the top of our heads. There's been like a 34 F1 champions or something like that. Yeah, I think Verstappen became the 34th F1 champion.
Yeah, but I'm trying to think who won 2.
There's loads of names where I can't remember. Alonso is the key one. Yeah, he's worth mentioning. So Alonso's won 2, he's on the grid now. I don't think there's any other world champions on the grid now.
No, but as an search up, I'm actually curious as I mention the names. Because I want to see if the names I'm thinking of are good or not. We've actually been spoiled. Like, quite a few drivers have won like 4, 6. Schumacher before that won like quite a few back-to-back. It's been crazy, hasn't it?
Yeah, so it goes Lewis, Fangio, Prost and Vettel join.
Schumacher, you didn't mention Schumacher, but you jumped Schumacher.
Did.
No, Schumacher, Lewis, Fangio, Prost, Vettel. Yes! Jack. Yeah, I was right about that. PK, Senna, 1-3, you didn't mention Senna, bro. Ascari, Graham Hill, Jim Clark, Emerson Fittipaldi, Mika Hakkinen, bro, how do you forget?
A big one.
Fernando Alonso, they won 2, and then for 1 we have...
There's loads of people who've won. But
wait,
on the current
let me just read a few of them. Jensen Button, Nico Rosberg, Kimi Raikkonen, Damon Hill.
Some of the people you'll see on Sky.
Jack Villeneuve, Max Verstappen, obviously, Alan Jones, James Hunt, obviously everyone...
Mario Andretti's a famous one.
Yeah, because he's the only American, basically. No, there's Phil Hill there.
Oh, yeah, Phil Hill was up there.
James Hunt, people know if you've watched Rush. So the country with the most F1 titles is actually the UK. Or like...
Yes, it is, yeah.
That's the only reason I mentioned it.
Exactly. That's all you wanted to
Where's
say.
Keke Rosberg?
He's got 1.
But he wasn't on the list.
Yes, he was.
No, he wasn't. I swear he wasn't on the list.
Bro, fine. Where is he?
Was he? Oh, yeah.
There he is.
Keke Rosberg.
Above Nigel Mansell.
Okay, I'm sorry. Apologies.
Alright. And then in terms of constructors, I can't be bothered to list them, but Ferrari's got the most, like I said before.
Ferrari, McLaren, Williams, Mercedes. Renault, Lotus.
Anyway, so we've got 2 types of teams pretty much. Like, mainly, we have manufacturers, the ones that make the engines, and then customer teams who buy the engines. Everything else has to be made. Okay, there are certain parts you can sell to other teams, but in general, you have to make your own car, and then you can buy a few like small parts. There's a list of certain parts you can buy off other teams, but the main one's the engine. The people who make the engines, we have Mercedes who sell their engines.
No, Mercedes, Ferrari, Renault, and Honda. But Honda left the sport, so now we only have 3. But there is a debate over Audi or Volkswagen coming in as an engine manufacturer. And from next year, Red Bull is going to be an engine manufacturer as well. So from next year, it's Ferrari, Mercedes, Red Bull, and Renault, which is now Alpine, but Renault. So the four manufacturer teams on the grid now: Mercedes, Alpine, or Renault, if you want to say, Ferrari, and Mercedes.
Yeah, and then they sell theirs. They sell theirs to the other teams. The important thing is, there's benefits to both. If you're buying your engine, you don't have to do all the work developing and stuff. You just get your fresh engine put in. But if you're making your own engine, you can suit the car to the engine because all the parts and stuff
around the engine.
Yeah, so you design the car to fit the engine. The thinner the car is, the better aerodynamically it is, and the faster it will go probably. So what you want is to be able to make your own engine designed to suit your car specifically. And that's the issue McLaren had last year when they were changing engines, because the conversation was, would they be able to adjust to the different sizes and the way it's laid out and stuff like that. Okay, so constructors get money, just to round things off, by the historic fund, whatever you called it from before that we've mentioned.
Yep.
Prize money is also another way, and then obviously the biggest way would be sponsors. They get massive sponsorships. with oil companies like Petronas or Shell for Mercedes and Ferrari, and then just other ones that you'll see stickered all across
Glasses companies. Very bad, man.
Yeah. Most famously, actually, with Braun GP, because no one expected them to do very well. There's an incredible image of them just with the iconic white and green car, with basically just no sponsors.
They had Virgin at the end, I remember.
They had Virgin after a couple races or something, but eventually But that car was like surprisingly empty purely because it was acquired so late before the start of the season.
And no one thought they would do well.
Yeah, there was just no point.
But they're generally sponsored by they have headphone sponsors, glasses, like sunglasses, watches.
Data companies is a big one as well.
Data company, all of that stuff. PC stuff, all of that. Like some of them have Lenovo, some have HP now, like Mercedes.
Oh yeah. It just sponsors all of their equipment pretty much.
Yeah. Basically.
And then some image stuff as well. Like Rolex sponsors the whole of F1.
Yeah, but no.
But that's not specific teams.
Yeah, the teams all have either. I remember this. IWC sponsors Mercedes.
Yeah.
And the rest is sponsored
Casio
by.
does what's it called? Red Bull.
Does it? Oh yeah. And then the rest of the teams, but they're now sponsored not by Casio. That's the old one.
Tag Heuer.
Yeah. And the rest of the teams are sponsored by. I remember it's like a watch company that uses aerospace grade material and everything they make. I forgot. Richard Mille or something like that.
Oh yeah, Richard Mille.
They
sponsor McLaren.
It's French, so it's not Richard. It's Richard. But they sponsor the rest of the teams basically, pretty much. Unlike F2.
Lando got his watch stolen, I swear. Remember
yeah, it was
that?
like £20,000 or something.
I can believe it.
It was one of
the guy is like 5'6".
Yeah,
I'm not even lying. He's like 5 foot. He's like 5'5" or something.
They're all short, you know. I think the shortest is
actually.
Sonoda. The only tall ones, like actually tall, like George Russell is like 6 foot, and then everyone else is like basically 5'9", 5'8", 5'6", 5'5". I think Sonoda is like 5'4", bro.
Sonoda's like 5'2", he's even short, or something like that.
Really?
Yeah, no, he's tiny. There's a funny clip because Ocon's also very tall.
Giovinazzi is a bit tall.
Someone was interviewing in the media pen. They were interviewing Ocon after a race. So they've got the camera up here and they're filming. And then Sonoda comes in and they have to turn the camera down because he wasn't even in the shot. But yeah, so we've already done the drivers. We won't really get into them because
a shorter driver is better for the car because like George Russell, because he's so tall, he actually affects the aerodynamics of the car at the front. Like to fit him in, you have to actually change the design of the car. Just as like a fun fact.
I think Hulkenberg was actually too tall for certain cars as well. There was a certain point where because he's taller and heavier, teams didn't want him. So there's that. But yeah, if you want to get to know more about the drivers and stuff, we've mentioned the champions, those are the main ones. The other ones, you'll get to know them through Drive to Survive if you have to, or just media in general. A lot of them post on socials and things. So we'll move on from that.
I think it's called Drive to Survive, no, Dirty Saturday.
I still can't believe you did that. I'm surprised you didn't do that today.
That's okay.
Like 14 intro attempts.
6,
so
it's like 6, no 14. And you did it again when we were starting again. Don't hide it.